Hello, and welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We have a special treat for you today. I know we've been waiting for this. I've been getting inbox messages, been getting people to shout out and requesting for this young man to come back to the show. He had something come up last time, but guess what? He is here today. So we're going to be bringing him in real soon. We have also coming next week, which I also have seen in the post, Mrs. Symbolic Soul. She have a special announcement for y'all. So she will be live side by side with me right here on the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. So just make sure you got your notifications on so you won't forget. So we're going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about our guest that's going to be coming in real soon after we give you a little bit of a taste of them. So just stand by. Originating from the home of Motown sounds in Detroit, Michigan, residing in Mableton, Georgia, a captivating lyricist, storyteller, writer, actor, event host, and media personality, draws in listeners by taking them on a journey which creates mental sense towards feeling a keepsake token no one will ever forget. Voted ATL's hottest award for best online show and hottest spoken word artist for the second consecutive year of 2019. He has won the International Art House Film Festival Award for his part in the movie Savannah and other awards, which will be mentioned in a little bit. So you better stay tuned. His spoken word utilizes strength, emotions, thoughts, and life in a realistic sense. Take a quick look as he introduces himself within this here.
My name is Harold Outley, and the name of this piece is called My Environment. My environment consists of homelessness, crack houses, abandoned buildings, drug dealers and prostitutes desperately trying to entice young children to follow their pathway to danger and destruction. Overhead hovers the darkest of black clouds without interruption. Gunshots and police sirens simultaneously ring out during the wee hours, and on the corner, a young mother is decorating her son's memorial with flowers. Feeling nostalgic, I'm driving through my old neighborhood and I see a former classmate strung out, sitting on the stoop. Not recognizing me, he asks for change, and I had to oblige, and that was painful, and that's the truth. The place that I'm describing is a city where its energy still permeates through my veins. My style of dress, my obsession with colors and street sense was obtained. Despite all the negative stories, I refuse to ever be ashamed to say that I was born and bred in the city of Detroit, affectionately known as the D. Dexter Davidson, West Side Central High School, class of '93. Often misconstrued with images seen from the movie 8 Mile, because I can assure you, we were not in a club parking lot beatboxing and kicking freestyles. Whether working on an assembly line or street pharmaceuticals, our only objective was to stay alive and watch the money pile. War renowned as an automotive capital, we mustn't forget the Motown sound. But you see, as a tourist, this is what the politicians would prefer that you see. But let me give you a glimpse of my reality. That is also the former stomping grounds of the Chamber Brothers, Kwame Kilpatrick, Big Meech, and Southwest T. Little to no sympathy shown for the weak. And unlike in the South, if you walk down my streets, you'll be lucky to get a head nod, yet alone someone now to speak. Politicians being highly touted as respectable citizens, further manipulating what I consider to be a corrupt system. Taxpayers' money constantly being used to fund jail. Ridiculous amounts are being set for bail for a first-time non-violent felony offender. With no education or options, is back to the streets is where he dwells, on a collision course, either right back to that cell or that casket. Our schools aren't safe. Teenage girls are being raped, resulting to marijuana as a route for escape, because at home her parents showed her nothing but neglect. Therefore, within herself, there isn't a trace of self-love or respect. Searching for attention, she finds it, becomes pregnant at the tender age of 16, a heroin addict for the next 20 years. And when I saw her, thanks to God, she's alive and now clean. I wish all these things I was telling you was simply a dream. Still feeling nostalgic, and as I continue to drive through my old neighborhood, my mind constantly wanders. And suddenly, through those same black clouds, booms thunder, followed by treacherous rain. Through my words, I hope you can see my pain, because if there's ever a possible solution, I'll just wait for one of you to explain my environment.
Now, without further ado, we introduce to you the one man that speaks words only from the heart, Mr. Harold Outley. Hello, hello, hello.
What up, Joe?
How we doing?
I'm good. I'm listening to you say these words. I'm like, who's she about to introduce? I thought I was going to have to bring somebody else with me. I'm like, who is?
It's you, because as you already know, I've been following you. I've been watching you. I've also been researching, and I mean, you blew me away. I mean, very powerful in the work that you do and the gift that you possess. I am so, so proud of you. But can you tell us a little bit about that piece right there?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. I always tell people, you never know who's watching, because somebody always watching. They just not going to say, again, my name is Mr. Outley. That particular piece you're referring to is a piece dedicated to the city where I come from, which is Detroit. That was actually shot for a local Comcast show called Between Poets back in 2015. Shout out to my man, Frankly Speaking, who was extended that olive branch for me to come on and do that. So I always make sure, no matter what I do, no matter where I go, people always go, no, I'm from Detroit. I take pride in that.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Now, speaking of being a lyricist, how old were you when writing became the embedded footprints, molding your spoken words within your heart?
Say that one more time. Your feed has skipped again. I didn't hear the question.
How old were you when these words became embedded within you?
Wow. I remember writing my first story at age 10. I still remember the title of it. I still remember the kind of handwriting paper we used to when I first started writing a story, but it wasn't until I was a senior in high school where I had an English teacher that actually sparked that interest and kind of honing that. That's where it really began. I would say my senior year in high school.
Okay, then. Okay. Did any of your friends around notice this gift within you? Did you ever share this with them?
Well,
Okay, hold on.
corny little jingles to put on our answer machine
Mhm.
when I was in college freshman year. So some people kind of they used to tease me about it, but I mean it was just come out. I guess I thought I was a rapper, which I really wasn't. So yeah, it wasn't. It's kind
Well,
of cheesy, but it's all good.
at least you tried. You can say that much.
I did.
So, what was the cause which inspired you out of all the tools and result in your life to become a lyricist?
Hmm. Well, writing for me, especially my younger years, was an escape. Because I would do or act a certain way, in the streets. But then when I would come home,
Mhm.
play with words, so it was really as a distraction. I really didn't know what I was doing. So it wasn't until I was about 23, 24 where I really just started scribbling on paper all the time. And it really was just coming out. I don't know where it was coming from. I would be bored. I would be at work. I would be driving, and the words would come to my head, and I would just write the words down.
Okay, okay.
And I still got all those papers from way back then.
Wow. There's
Still
some
got
that
all those papers.
I wish I still had, but I remember the titles. I just don't remember the words. Now, in this here, could do you get this gift from anybody else in the family, like your mom, your dad, anybody along the line?
You know what? I honestly, I've always referred to it as a gift, something that was given
Right.
to me. My mom does write because she's a preacher, so she write her sermons. But I truly believe it was definitely a gift from God.
Yes, yes, yes. I agree. Now, when it comes down to being a lyricist, how would you define the sort of style that you possessed?
And you know what? It's interesting you use that word because I never consider myself to be a lyricist.
Okay.
I never consider like when I think of a lyricist, I think of a rapper. I call myself a poetic storyteller.
Okay, okay. I like
And
that.
and the reason why I refer to myself as that because I read a lot of books, and when I was younger, and even now when I read books, I can literally see everything that I'm reading. It's a creative visual. So
Mm,
if somebody who's never been to Detroit before, I want them to be able to hear that poem and be able to see those things. So I
mm.
always refer to myself as a storyteller that just so happened to tell stories poetically, and hopefully people can visualize them.
Oh, wow. Yes, yes. When was the first time you performed live in front of an audience, and what was that moment like?
I remember like at the Key Club in Detroit, the year 2000,
Mm,
on a Wednesday night. It was an open mic, and a dude named Sparrow was hosting.
mm.
And I went up, I went up there, and I was practicing all week. I was practicing, and I went up there, and I was horrible. They laughed at me.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I was wearing, and I was terrible, and I was mad.
Mm.
So I didn't go back for about 2 years.
So
I even wrote a diss poem and everything.
what would you say you was wearing?
I was wearing 2 earrings on my ears. They was
Oh,
like the hoop earrings. So, apparently, that didn't really flow. Back then, dudes was, at that time, dreadlocks, wearing seashells around their neck.
uh,
So they laughed me off the stage. It was horrible. I kept forgetting words, but during the following 2 years, I just started practicing more, writing more, and then I ended up going back after 2 years. And although I didn't do the diss poem, even though I still got it.
To the same place?
Oh, yeah, I still got it. It's in this closet.
Oh, wow.
So I did a poem back to that place. I went back. That was for me. So, yeah, that was all for me.
Okay. Now, you have performed at numerous events throughout the city of Atlanta. Can you share that adventure with us?
Wow. Let me see. 2009, I went to Apache. That was like the first place. And I went there. That was my first time. My man Ken Warner was the first person to put me in front of a big crowd out in Riverdale. I performed at numerous Masonic events. This was like maybe 2013, 17, really doing all the open mics, Omega Psi Phi's, Pino painting and poetry series. Wow. Shout out to Lady V. I was at High's Posh Cafe when I did that one, the picture you just showed. Yeah, shout out to Lady V the Poet. That's where I was on that picture.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Do You, Lyrical Lounge, open mic. I was at, shout out to Outley Temple 245. I was at their event performing effortlessly. And as I see the pictures, I remember where I was.
That is a good memory, I'm telling you.
I was over in Fayetteville. My man Milk was hosting the open mic. That's when I was on the mic then. I forgot the name of that, but it was over in Fayetteville. Yeah, I had fun. That was at a show. Was hosting that show. Lady V the Poet got me on that show as well. Shout out to her.
Okay, and there's a picture I seen that looked so sharp.
Oh, so that was, we were doing a live taping of the play of The Shell of a Man at Status Network. I was actually the host and the narrator for that particular play, which is actually unscripted. So shout out to TLB Productions and TLB Photography with the photo.
Yeah, that was very nice. I even seen one when you was walking down the hallway, and I was like, okay, he got this.
Wow, you did your research. You pulled up some old pictures from like 5-6 years ago, and then you brought it all the way back to this year. I see what you did. I see.
Yeah, you had some good stuff in there. Now, do you have to be in a particular mode, to actually bring these words to life?
Okay, so the thought process is different if I'm at an open mic or if somebody is booking me for a show. The attitude, the mental aspect of it is completely different. Because if I'm going to an open mic, for me, I'm really, or something that I have had already written before, I'm just kind of work the kinks out. It's kind of like practice. But if I'm being booked for something and somebody is paying me, it's totally different because mentally I'm extra more focused. I'm practicing more. I don't drink before I perform. I like to show up on time. I'm nervous. Like I go through different sets of poems that I might want to use depending on the audience. Somebody is booking me to perform because they are booking me for a reason. So I have to give 100% every time. Not saying I don't do that for the open mic, but it's practice. But if I'm being booked, they getting all this work. I'm super focused.
Yeah. Now, when you do focus on writing, is there a certain setting? Because I know with me, when I get ready to write, I know I like to be in a quiet area. I like to be next to the water. Is there a certain setting you got to have in order to get into that mode?
You know what? Actually, it really doesn't. Different things spark different emotions. So I could be on a treadmill. I can be driving. I could be in the shower. I could be washing dishes. All it takes is for a couple of lines to pop in my brain about a particular thing or music. You know, so I don't necessarily have to be in a mode. Kind of either got to voice record myself just to kind of put it. Just let me get those first 2 lines.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be a mode. It really just comes. That's why I always consider it a gift. Because some of the stuff that I didn't wrote, I couldn't have made that up.
Yeah, I know. I go back sometime and I look at my book and my writing, and it's like, did that come from me? I mean, it's just that feeling to where, you know, with me, I step in and something.
Well, oftentimes I will go back and look at something that I wrote, and I'll be wondering, like, what was I going through? What was on your mind?
Right.
How was you feeling? What kind of day was you having? Who made you mad?
Right.
You know, so just to capture that particular emotion, whatever I was feeling at that time.
Wow.
We got hand. I appreciate y'all.
Now we're gonna go to a small music break.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and announce that Facebook, I do not own the rights to these songs or music, but I do have permission to play them. So everyone, right now, we're gonna play Mr. Darren Jefferson, and I forgot which one this one is, but Mr. Darren Jefferson, everyone.
Same old stuff. What you gonna do? Every time I turn around, nagging me about what am I doing? Who am I doing it with? So what you gonna do? You know, these phone calls are getting tiresome, you know what I mean? Out here trying to do what I gotta do to provide for our family. You wanna know what I'm doing? This is what I'm doing. Check it.
Sipping all alone, tripping on the phone while you're talking crazy, babe. It's 3:15, no one is here but me, drinking all alone, lady. You said you're coming down, but you're nowhere around. Why you acting shady, late? You said I'm on your mind, but it's just a waste of time. It's driving me crazy. I don't understand how I can be a man. What you want from me? Why can't you see you're the one for me? Need you in my life, lady. Girl, you know I love you. Always thinking of you. Place no one but God above you. You're the air I breathe. Girl, to you I cleave. I'm willing to die for you. What you gonna do? Not up to me, but you, baby, keep it real, yeah. So I'm not playing games, I'm sick of all this pain. You bring me, yeah. So what you gonna do? Not up to me, but you, baby, keep it real, yeah. I'm not playing games, I'm sick of all this pain. You bring me, yeah. I'm sick of all the lies. Girl, you're running out of time. Why you treat me like that? Don't you ever call back. do?
We're
What
sorry,
you
the number
gonna
you have
do?
dialed is not in service at this time.
Come close. No, please. Come closer. Let's embrace, breast to breast. Instant increase of our heart rate so intense that you're stunned at literally feeling it thumping through my chest. Forever patient, insisting on proceeding at a snail's pace. So rather than partake in a Hasbro or some frivolous race, come close and allow me to touch you with no hands, nor any other body part, yet reaching a plateau unknown to a soul. You see, this chapter in a novel rarely ever gets told. I'm eager to hear your stories, your failures, your triumphs, your journeys. Underneath the many layers of all things, you is what concerns me. What's your motivation? Tell me your biggest fears. Fret not on being judged. That's not my purpose for being here. I want to hear the tales of false promises, numerous disappointments you suffered from the hands of men too ignorant to slightly comprehend your value. Meanwhile, fake friends watch from behind just to aim at the perfect spot to stab you. Come close. Tell me your favorite color, your favorite season, your favorite song. Please slow me down if it appears if I'm coming on too strong. So is it chocolate or vanilla? Off the wall or thriller? Good times or what's happening? I'm merely showing interest. It's the reason why I'm asking. So please, come close. Tell me about growing up in the country, eating eggs fresh from the chicken, seeing cotton fields, Confederate flags. Have you ever experienced that blatant racism? I heard folks in the South would dig a hole in the ground just to cook a whole hog, and when acknowledging family members, it was mandatory to include the dog, the bugs, the humidity, the early morning fog. Baby, I want to hear it all. If you let me, come close. Allow me to become so emotionally connected that I feel particles of you in my veins when my blood flows. And when that moment of truth arrives, our bodies have become intertwined, our energies have merged, our energies have meshed, a direct benefit from taking the opportunity to explore one another's intellect, believing what just occurred wasn't merely just sex, but yet, forgive me for being so long-winded. I pray all is well. Now, I understand you don't do this very often, but I'm hoping you take the opportunity to listen to this voicemail. Feeling vulnerable, there was so much more that I needed to say, but that's okay. I'll just anticipate you returning my phone call one day, and maybe then, only then, you allow me to come close.
Wow. Now, what inspired you to write this piece here?
So I had this idea in my head, and the idea was about a man who was really interested in this woman,
Mm.
and he really didn't know what to say to her, but he had her phone number.
Mm.
So I kind of wrote the ending. So he was pouring his heart out, but he was just saying it on the phone, like, 'cause she wouldn't give him the time of day. But this is the only way he was going to be able to express himself. And he did that. So that's where the idea came from. I'm like, well, what would a man, what can he say to her to get her to call him back?
Mm.
Hopefully.
Well, I know those words that you stated, come close, was really, really a way to get a woman drawn back. But it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Now, you was also nominated and won some awards as well. Can you tell us a little bit about the awards?
I did. Oh, wow. So 2018, I was voted ATL's hottest spoken word artist, which was a shout out to ATL's hottest. Everybody that's involved with that. It was very humbling. It was very humbling. That was shout out to Lulu. That award was, about manhood, how a man carries himself, being a gentleman, and those ladies felt like I guess, fit that, which I was thankful to receive that. So the awards is humbling. I'm thankful for them, but I just be glad folks be listening to the poetry.
Yes, yes. Well, congratulations on those there.
But you know what? I'm gonna be honest about something.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? I wasn't even gonna say this, but you know what? I'm gonna go and say it. I remember when I won the ATL's Hottest Spoken Word Artist Award the first time, right?
Uh-huh.
And I saw previous winners, and there was some heavy hitters, and somebody was like, "Well, who is he?" Apparently, like, didn't nobody know me, or I wasn't connected or affiliated with this person or that person. Mm-hmm. So I remember going on Facebook Live, and I said, I am not afraid to go on before or after any poet. I can assure you, when I get off that stage, it was a brief moment where I felt a little slap in the face. I was like, okay. But then when I won it for the second time, I didn't say anything.
Was it because of the other response you got?
It was nothing for me to say then. I just won an award for the second time, and I had put out a project that folks is really digging.
So really, the awards is just speaking for itself. You don't need to.
But I did feel away because I'm not competitive, but I felt like people were talking down on my gift, like just because they may not have known me in Atlanta. Don't get it twisted. Right. It'll get to work when I get up there.
Oh yeah. So,
yeah.
I hear you. Now
I work too hard for
it. No, that's right. Claim yours. Now you also possess a skill in acting, and you have actually something that's coming up.
Hey, you know what? Okay, so I was in Men Pray 2, the stage play that we just had. And I'm not going to say unfortunately, that date on there, March 27th, is we canceled because we are now shooting a movie for it. We'll pretty much be shooting every weekend till May. So although we're not doing a play right now, we are actually shooting a movie that will be released on Father's Day.
Oh, wow.
And I will be reprising my role in the movie as I did in the stage play. Shout out to Sister JJ and the entire cast and production team of Men Pray 2.
Well, what we're going to do, even though y'all made those adjustments, we're going to play a little sample something for them pertaining to that play, if that's okay with you.
You said we go what?
Play a little snippet from the play.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So everyone, this is the play Men Pray 2.
Oh, wow.
Just tell God what you need. I'm a living witness. He will hear you. Oh, women do pray, but men pray too. God, we pray.
Wow.
I'm telling you, when I first seen that, I got chills, and I really had to look at the man and the woman because I'm like, is that her doing that? Is that him doing that? But that looked like it was him doing that when he was hitting that note.
Coach West is amazing, and TT, she's amazing as well. They actually play my mother and my father in the play. That even watching that,
Mhm.
those emotions.
Yeah, I mean, I got chills as of right now. I mean, it's looked like it's going to be a very, very good play. Now, can you tell us?
Listen,
Go ahead.
go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead, ask me.
Can you fill us in what this play is really about? Because we see the title "Men's Pray Too," but I want to hear from you. What does this really mean, and what is behind
And
the film?
it's the so the movie and the play is centered around my character who's got one foot in and one foot out. You know, he was in the streets and did some time, got out of jail, and is trying to change his life. But then you got the forces of good and evil still pulling at him.
Mm,
And within his story, he goes through all of these poster of emotions. And the play was one thing, but we expand on so much building on the play. So the movie is going to be so much greater than the play because we was able to expand. It's a lot of stories underneath the stories,
mm.
but it was, I guess when you say men pray too, it's in order for him to make that change, he had to go to a certain place.
Okay.
And like it was said at the end, when women pray, God hears them.
Right. Right.
But men pray too, and he hears our prayers as well. So
Exactly.
it's a this movie is a ministry. It really is. We are ministering. So I'm hoping on Father's Day, people will come out and see it.
Yes. Yes. Now, is
It's
this
heavy.
the only one that you have done, or have you performed in other plays or films?
Let me see. I performed in For Color Girls back in 2017. The Shell of a Man. Um, What Do You Want to Eat, which is actually being filmed into a movie as well. And I was actually casted for another play, but that ended up because of COVID happened. They shut production down on that one as well. So I think this would be my fourth or fifth play.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm just getting into this thing. They of calling myself an actor because I just consider myself a poet. But then when I think about it, when I'm on stage, I am performing. Sometimes
Mm.
I have to act out certain pieces. So the term actor because that's what they told me to say, and I'm gonna go and claim it because it's mine.
Okay.
So
Now you had other events where you was a special guest, host. I don't know if you was a host or a special appearance, more or less. I'm saying. So could you tell us a little bit about these here?
oh, shout out to Hudson Newkirk, Sexy Slay Day. I was actually shout out to Skylar Jenkins, who's the owner of that company. Tina had produced it, and I actually hosted the show and I performed. That was a great experience hosting. I enjoy hosting because I could just be fun. The Shell of a Man, again, as I stated before, I was the host and narrator. That is an unscripted stage play. There was a poem written, said before each scene, and I wrote the poems in between the scenes. So that was a hell of an experience. Oh wow, that happened a couple of years ago. I was featured at that open mic over on the Southside at a Jamaican restaurant. Shout out to Omar.
Oh,
Yes, I enjoyed that.
wow.
My baby. Fremont Friday was a open mic showcase that I used to do over in Marietta. Shout out to Mario who brought that to me, and I did that for like a year. I so enjoyed doing that. Shout out to all the poets that came and featured. Milk, that was Mother the Creator, two of my favorites. I enjoyed hosting.
See, like you have really done a lot.
Heck. Oh, that was shout out TLA. I was actually the host of the pre-show of that year. The Asia's Beauty Fashion Show, which they'll be doing it again the 9th, I believe. I think it's going to be virtual. That will be in June. So I enjoy hosting the pre-show. I have fun with that. I was a fake model that day.
Fake model?
Yeah, I was a fake model.
Wow. You have done a lot. But, do you possess any other skills beside just being a poet, storytelling, and an actor?
See, I host. But you know what I really do extremely well?
What?
Better than anything else, in my opinion?
Is it cooking?
Yeah, oh! Yo, that I feel like I do that better than anything.
I like that apron.
Listen, you can say my poetry is horrible. You can say I can't act. You can say I'm a terrible host. I can't do interviews. You can say all that. But if you tell me I can't cook, we're going to be moving some furniture because that I can do. And there's some witnesses out there.
Wow. Well, we got to do a show on that one time. But do you have in plan not only to write or speak, but become a director or producer of for other films for yourself?
Say that again.
Do you have any plans in store to do any writing for like your own films or for films for other people as well?
Wow. You know what? To be honest, when I had a chance to direct my first visual, which was Duval, and I had so much fun directing that because shout out to Jasper and Casper for starring in it and Tina B for shooting it. I had a visual, so directing was something that I enjoy doing. But to be honest, wherever the gift takes me, whatever he say, I will be open to it. I feel like some of the pieces that I have could be, expound upon more. So I'm open to anything. I said 2009. Where I'm going.
Okay. Now you also have your own because we keep hearing Tina B's name, but you also hosting a podcast show of your own called In the Street with Tina B and Mr. Outley.
The award-winning In the Street with Tina B and Mr. Outley every Friday, 7 p.m. We did.
Yes.
2019.
Yes. Can you tell everyone a little bit about that?
So Tina was already doing the show before, and in 2018, I originally met her doing a play for Colored Girls, and she brought the idea to me because she wanted to get a male's perspective because you always hear a perspective from a woman, and she asked what she said segment with the whole the man-woman dynamic. And I told her, I said, I would do the show under one condition. It has to be authentic. So in order for it to work, at least from my end, I knew that I had to be as vulnerable and transparent. Sometimes I've said some things that have made me uncomfortable. I've said some things about myself that I probably, but it resonated with guys, and guys may not say anything while the show going on, but them side room conversations we have, it lets me know. And sometimes it get uncomfortable for me, but
they watching. They just observing. That's all. But I mean, I I peeked in on your show a couple of times, and I mean, I love y'all show. Y'all are really good. I love it. Y'all had some
Thank you.
very interesting topics that I mean, some brought some chills. I think it was the last one. Y'all actually had some type of reader that was phoned in.
Yes. Yes.
Could you tell everyone a little bit about that particular show so they kind of
Kathy Burrows is her name, and she's a psychic medium. She typically comes on our show every year around the same time. And, you know, we ask her questions, and, you know, some of the viewers, they would have experience. And Tina, some of the things that she said for me actually did take shape. Not exactly, but it was a direct line to what she was saying. Okay. And even though it didn't happen in 19, it happened in 20. Okay. And it's happening in 21 now. So she's probably going to come in the show closer towards the fall again.
Okay. Make sure you tag me, you know, when
watching.
She does the same thing. Yes, make sure you tag me, because I want to see that, because I listen on. I think I came in when they were talking about when the lady said no dogs or something like that. But I got to catch it a little bit. But it was very interesting.
Kathy was great.
Yes. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
What we're going to take a break on is one of your video pieces that made me reach out to you. And
say that again?
One of the pieces that made me reach out to you that I found. So we're going to show everybody this piece. So this is going to be our break right here. And then we're going to come back and talk about it. Everyone, this is Duval.
Bored on a Saturday night, reluctantly I shower, dress, call an Uber, head over to Old School Saturday. Initiated several conversations, but the lady showed me no love. Not sure why. No ass caught, still clean though. Smelling impeccable, feeling incredible. Beer lined with precision. Guess it's not my night. Never tripping, just sat back, people watched. Kettle One and tonic is what I'm sipping. On around two, proceed to the bar. Through my peripheral, felt eyes staring in my direction. Focusing on the task at hand, re-upped on my drink selection. But then came the confirmation. Peeped her, giving me heavy eye contact. A little caught off guard, kept it G, silently determining how to react. Smiling slightly, she waves. I raise my glass and smile back. True to form, maintaining composure, observing the scene while numerous men approach with confidence, dismissing them like a true queen as if they were her servants, doing so with grace, illuminating smile, wearing nothing provocative, simple black dress, spaghetti straps hugging the curves, 6-inch sling back heels, classy, so much style. Oh wait, I'm on E, time for round 3. Hold up, is she headed towards me? Ladies' restroom is 50 feet away. Perhaps that's what it could be. Beeline in my direction, eroticism oozing from her pores, politely walks up and just stands there. Rising, pulling out a chair to my left, now looking towards my right, checking my breath, she asks, is there a reason I have to come over here to make you speak? Ignoring her question, introducing myself, my name is Harold. Your glass is empty. Interested in something else? She responds, I'm alone and driving, really shouldn't be drinking, and you? Shit, your orgasmic juices. Well, at least that's what I was thinking. Almost blurted it out without even blinking. Engaging in small talk about how adults fall in club love in search of a random night of sex and romance. On cue, Atlantic Star slow jam blares through the speakers. Grabbing my hands, apparently in a mood to dance, hypnotically we moved rhythmically in unison, so fluid her hips
Unable to concentrate, I stare in a trance. Piercing look of seduction informed me there's a chance. Pleased by her own skills, mischievously grins, noticing the bulge in my pants. Mission complete, leading us off the floor, fingers interlocked, holding hands. Remaining steadfast, a true gentleman, exchanging numbers, saying our goodbyes. Contemplating to myself what to eat afterwards, she confessed, "Thank you for being such a gentleman tonight." Smiling, parting ways, I chill. DJ plays Frankie Beverly and Maze, overhearing a drunk dude being threatened to get tased. Laughing hysterically unfazed, I call my Uber. I head outside, spotted her in line at the valet, minding my business, still walking away. Scrolling through my phone, suddenly I hear a tire screech from a black Tesla, bumping Stephanie Mills. It's her. Rolls down the window, hits the horn, slides over. Motions for me to get behind the wheel, confused. Yet I oblige, shaking my head, this can't be real. Doing 85, on 85, she leans in a little closer, hitting behind 5% tint. Cruise control set on speed limit, prevented exposure.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Y'all gonna have to go to my page if you.
that's right. That's right. Y'all gonna have to go to his page to see that rest of that and how it end. Now, in this here, what inspired you to do this here, and what message was you trying to get across to the ones that be able to view this?
Well, first of all, I got to give a shout out to TLB Productions that filmed it. Jasper and Casper who starred in it. I was trying to be John Singleton. That was my first. Provided the track for me. You know what? It started out by telling a story about a dude just going out and having a one-night stand. That was like where it came from. So the different twists and turns in it, that just happened to come from it. But the basis of it was a man going out to a club and he just happened to get a one-night stand. But so I don't know if there was necessarily a message. I guess it's like, hey, you just never know.
And to find out the rest, y'all got to go to his page.
Yes.
Nice. Now, I want to result back to Men's Pray 2. And the reason why I want to result back to this is because I know back in the day, they used to always, they used to men that supposed to be in the image of being strong, not crying, sucking it up. And doing the Men's 2, did it give you any insight or any ideas to where you want to like tutor to men or a mentor to other young men to lead them in the right direction, that it's okay to pray, it's okay to cry?
I do have experience in mentoring young boys. It's something as I think one of the main things that I wanted to show with the character was that vulnerability, to show it's okay to cry because it got real emotional.
Yes.
And there were men who were actually there afterwards. They came up to me, was saying how much they could relate to the character. So I think to put our egos aside, men do cry and men do pray. You just don't sit. I literally do it every day and have been every morning. I wake up with the same routine. So that would be the message that I would want men to get out of it, that it's okay. You can't be thug. You can't be hard all the time. Trust me, we know better.
Yeah. Now, what do you hope that men and women, when they do see this play with you in it, what do you hope and pray that they get out of it?
Well, I want them to see the movie.
Well, the movie.
Everybody has a story.
Mm.
And everything that you go through, or you may have went, be that person now. And that's true to life for me.
Mm.
So it's okay about who you was, who you were, has nothing to do with who you are now and who you can possibly be.
Mm.
You know, so I hope they get that from it. And nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Exactly.
You can play on social media all you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. That's you for real.
Yes.
So I really, and there's so many other stories within this movie that people really need to see. It's gonna touch almost every emotion. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna get mad, you're gonna feel empathy, sympathy, hurt, pain. You're gonna feel a lot in this movie.
Wow. Now, do you have any shout outs at this time?
Scenes in my head. Yeah, you're gonna feel a lot.
I hear you because I got chills, so I know it's gonna be something. But do you have any shout outs that you want to do at this moment?
Well, first of all, if I want everybody to, if you haven't already, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Mr. Outley 75. That is my name at the bottom. You can put 75, or you can go to my website, .com, MRWHATUPDOE for booking. And if you didn't know, if you haven't heard, Words Spoken by Mr. Outley Volume 1 is streaming on all streaming platforms. All you have to do is type in my name and I will come up. Shout outs. You know what? I want to give a shout out to my parents that has listened, shared the video, bought a t-shirt, listened to the CD, give me words of encouragement, book me for a show. I mean, the only reason why a lot of these things happen is because somebody saw something that I did and decided to take a chance on me, you know, from the plays, everything. So if you have supported me, genuinely supported me, I really do appreciate a bunch of names because I don't want to leave nobody out. And as always, he gets all of the praise all the time.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna let you get that voice together, moisture it out, because after this music break, we're gonna come back with you. You have something you want to spit live for us. So we're gonna.
And I'm still confused. I don't know if I want to try to keep it sexy or I don't know what to do. Ladies, if you are watching, am I supposed to keep it sexy? It's just I don't know what to do right now, but I ain't got long to the side.
Okay. Well, just be you, and that's all I ask of you. Whatever makes you great. But
Okay.
everyone, this is Mr. Darren Jefferson and Lovers.
Yeah. All my life I've waited for someone like you. You built me up when I was torn down. Yeah. You made me brand new. But now my search is over. A journey it's been years. Now that I found true love, please don't let it end yet. I found my lover. I found my right there. Keep it right there. Keep it right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep it right there. Keep it right there. Ooh, baby. Keep it right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. But are you gonna stay? It's alright.
That is Mr. Darren Jefferson in Lovers. He's available on all platforms, so just look him up. Now, before we get you to go ahead and spit us something, you also have merchandise that you also sell. So, can you tell everyone about that and how they can go by also possessing it?
Yes, you can go to my website, mrwhatupdoe.com. If you go to either my the link to my website is in the bio. Again, if you want to purchase the download for Words Spoken by Mr. Outley Volume 1, you can do that there as well. And of course, as always, you can stream it wherever. And if you're looking for a host for your event, or you want to bring something different to your birthday party, your bridal shower, whatever it is you're doing, you can book me.
Okay, okay. Now, I seen though that outfit on there, but could you tell me where can we find this outfit right here?
Oh wow! Listen, let me give a shout out to Al Karim Temple, number 242. Oh yeah! Shout out to all my nobles. Al Karim Temple 242. That red hats that we wear, but it is called a fez.
Okay.
It is a charitable organization, and that's actually where I was doing a mentoring for our Shriners as Mentors program. So shout out to all my nobles all across the domain. Yeah,
Okay.
you went deep. You
I love
good.
it. I love
You
it. Okay. Now you ready? You thought
good.
about what? Okay. Everyone, this is Mr. Outley, the spoken word.
So it is Women's History Month, and this piece was inspired by a conversation that I had with a group of women, and they were feeling like black men hated them based on their skin color. So I went home that night and poured a little vodka, and I came up with this piece, and I call it The Standard. Never once have I been ashamed nor afraid to admit the demographic of women, even as a teen, I've possessed an affinity for. The recipient of numerous jokes, so much for. That's the type of foolishness I chose to ignore. But over the years, the feelings remain. With it came some experience and a greater appreciation, so you can say it was enhanced, but it never changed. Now, being visual is a vital component within a man's DNA, and even today, my eyes still light up just watching her walk, the rhythm in which her hip, including confidence, and it's on full display. Upon entering the room, some of the smaller ladies' heads turn. They cut their eyes, move out the way. Recognizing this, she adjusts her crown slightly. You see, this is queen status, beyond regal. While many are intimidated, some may consider her presence alone downright illegal. In my humble opinion, the most I can't stand it. So outlandish, considering the fact that I was raised by one. You see, that I speak of is a black woman. You see, ladies, you are not to be defined by society's standard of beauty. You set the standard, In fact, you are the standard. While man holds the title as the head, you, the rib, the heartbeat from which the blood flows, breathing literally to utilize that brain, the strength to be able to sustain and achieve effectively his backbone, the most dangerous of any kind of weaponry, in all of your splendor, exceeding beautiful, starting down at your pedicure toes, most importantly to your brain, even down to your cuticles. You see, this point must be reinforced into the minds of your value as they evolve into this world. Disregard the images seen on the internet and television. Escape that prison, becoming susceptible to self-doubt. You see, when God created you, he loves you so much that he sprinkled a little something extra in the pot. So much so that women around the world literally paying for what you got naturally. Sisters, here to remind you of your worth beyond what you see in the mirror. Remove those blinders. Jackson Pollock cannot paint this masterpiece any clearer. Because if we have learned nothing from the likes of Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, and our Madam Vice President, the sky is not the limit, Black woman, because you, Black woman, are limitless. That is called the standard. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you on behalf of myself and all the Black women.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you listening.
I really thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been a pleasure. I know we had to go through some hurdles, one from the storm and then the other one from the job. But
yes.
I truly enjoy you, and thank you so much for coming on. And
thank you for having me.
No problem. So I hope to be seeing you soon. I will be paying attention to your podcast. Like I said, I really enjoy it. Do you want to tell everybody when they can see your podcast and everything?
Again, each and every Friday at 7 p.m. If you are interested in advertising your brand or interest in being a guest on the show, as always, he said, she said. At 8 o'clock, we talk about this man and woman thing. If you got things you want to talk about, just inbox us each and every Friday, 7 p.m. via Facebook Live and on Instagram. And it's on SoundCloud too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. And wait, there's more.
Come on with it. Come on.
Again, Men Pray 2 being shot now. Premiere Father's Day this year. Yeah. The movie For What Do You Want to Eat? That's going to be coming out soon. Actually doing another movie, Sad Clown. That's going to be coming. Memphis, I'm coming to y'all in April. Memphis, I'm coming back in May. It's a lot of May, so I'm so excited for busy work. And if you haven't already, Mr. Outley 75 on IG and Facebook. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, everyone, I thank y'all for tuning in. I will see your comments once the show is over. Trying to operate the board and then trying to see the comments and everything, it's kind of hard to answer. So thank y'all so much for tuning in and sharing this post here, and also the ones that recommended that he come on in. So I really do appreciate you. You had so much love shown towards Mr. Outley, and I do thank you on behalf of Spicy Gray and the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. Now, make sure you tune in next week at 7 p.m. because we have this lady that's going to be coming in. Miss Symbolic Soul, the published author of Healing Souls, Turning Pain into Passion. So make sure you tune in, share, and we'll meet you next week. Y'all have a very blessed day, and you have a blessed one as well, Mr. Ali. Be seeing y'all soon.
Appreciate y'all.
Much love.
Oh,